Welcome to the lecture, my dear students. In today's lecture, we are going to do the second order partial derivatives. In the previous lectures, we have done the first order, how to find out the first order partial derivatives of two variables and three variables we have done. Now, how to find out the second order partial derivatives and what are they. So, by taking one problem in the previous lectures in the fundamentals of partial derivatives, I have already explained about what are those partial derivatives. Now, by just solving by the problem, I am going to explain about the second order. So, f of x comma y is given by, suppose x square plus y plus xy is a function, suppose. Then you have to find out the second order. First, to find out the second order, you need to find out what is the first order. What is that? Fx is given by dou f by dou x, and that is given by dou f by dou x means the first order partial derivative. X square derivative is 2x and y derivative is 0, and now the constant in xy is y, so it is 2x plus y. And now fy is dou f by dou y, the first order partial derivative with respect to y. Now x square derivative becomes 0, y derivative becomes 1, and in xy x is a constant, so drop down x and derivative of y is 1. And now we are entering, these are what? These are the first order partial derivatives. Now we are going to find out the second order. That means fxx is given by dou square f by dou x square. So that is given by dou x of dou f by dou x. Now that is given by dou x of, what is dou f by dou x, which is 2x plus y. 2x plus y. So let us now, dou by dou x of 2x plus y means derivative of 2x is 2, derivative of y is 0. So fxx is given by 2. I hope it is clear. The second order partial derivative, fxx. Now the next one is fxy. That means you are going to differentiate. Let me check like this. Let me draw like this. First of all, fyx let us take. That is given by dou square fy dou y dou x. That means you are differentiating dou f by dou x with respect to y. That means dou by dou y of the function here, dou f by dou x, we have already got it as 2x plus y. Now what is the derivative of 2x is 0, derivative of y is 1. So what is this? This is fyx is given by 1. Next, fyy we need. What is fyy? Dou square f by dou y square. That means it is dou by dou y of dou f by dou y. Now already we got the first order partial derivative dou f by dou y. What is that? Dou f by dou y is 1 plus x. So let us do the derivative of 1 plus x with respect to y, which is equal to 0. Therefore 0 is equal to fyy. That is what the for fyy. Now let us find out what is fxy. That is given by dou f by dou x dou y. That is given by dou x of dou f by dou y. Now that is given by dou x of, what is dou f by dou y is 1 plus x. The derivative of 1 plus x is 1. So that means 1 is what? fxy. So this is what your second order partial derivatives. So what are these? These are all the second order partial derivatives. These are the second order partial derivatives. I hope you could understand. These are all the first order, and all these fxx, fyx, fyy, fxy, all these are the second order partial derivatives. Here observe one thing, that you take fyx and fxy, both of them are equal. Okay, the second order partial derivatives fxy is equal to fyx. This is checked now. Also happens. Okay. Now let us now go to the next problem. How to find out what is the second order partial derivatives? Find all of them and check whether fxy is fyx or not. Also you can see. Now the function is f of x comma y is given by sine of xy, let us say. Now first you find out fx, which is dou f by dou x. That means derivative of sine is cosine of xy, and then chain rule is dou by dou x of xy. What is the constant here? The constant is y. So I write this as y times of cosine of xy is fx. I hope it's clear. Right? Now what is fy is given by dou f by dou y, and that is again sine derivative is cosine of xy and dou by dou y of xy. Now the derivative of xy with respect to y is given by cosine of xy times of derivative of xy. X is a constant, so it is x times of cosine of xy. So fy is given by x times of cosine of xy. This is another problem. Understood? So now these are all first order. Okay. Now we are entering into the second order partial derivatives. What is that? Let us see. fxx is given by dou square f by dou x square. So that is dou by dou x of dou f by dou x. Now that is given by dou by dou x of dou f by dou x is what? Y cosine of xy. Now what is the constant here? The constant is y. So drop down y as it is and then do the differentiation of cosine of xy. Now what is the derivative of cosine? It is negative sine of xy. Now the chain rule. The derivative of xy with respect to x. So that is y. Therefore, the value of fxx is given by minus y square times of sine of xy. So this is the second order partial derivative. Okay. Now let us go to find out what is fyx. That is given by dou square f by dou y dou x. That is given by dou by dou y of dou f by dou x. That is given by dou by dou y of what is dou f by dou x, which is y times of cosine of xy. Now look at this question now, where you are having the constant is x. So both the terms, there are two terms here, y and cosine xy, both are having the variable y. So you have to use the product rule. So the product rule says that y times of dou by dou y of cosine of xy plus cosine of xy times of dou by dou y of y. Dou by dou y of y. So that is y times of derivative of cosine is minus sine of xy. Again chain rule. Xy derivative becomes x. Understood? And then plus cosine of xy, derivative of y becomes 1. So that's enough. So the value of fyx is given by minus xy times of sine of xy plus cosine of xy. This is your second order partial derivative. And then we need to find out the next one, which is fyy. Let us see that one now. What is fy is x cosine xy. X cosine of xy is your fy. Okay. Now we need to find out fyy. That means dou square f by dou y square. So that is dou by dou y of dou f by dou y. Now that is given by dou by dou y of x times of cosine of xy. Now what is the constant? The constant is x. So drop down x as it is and then find the derivative of cosine of xy. Now what is the derivative of cosine of xy is given by x times of negative sine of xy. Now what is the derivative of xy? The chain rule. Xy derivative with respect to y is x. So therefore the value of fyy is given by negative x square times of sine of xy. I hope it is clear what is fyy. Now let us find out what is fxy. That is dou square f by dou x dou y. That is given by dou by dou x of dou f by dou y. Now that is dou by dou x of, what is dou f by dou y? Is x cosine of xy. X cosine of xy. Now you observe here we are differentiating with respect to x and both the terms are having x. So we must use the product rule. So the product rule says x times of dou by dou x of cosine of xy plus cosine of xy times of dou by dou x of x. Okay. Now what is the derivative of cosine? It is minus sine of xy into chain rule. Xy derivative with respect to x is y plus cosine of xy times of dou by dou x of x is 1. So the value is here minus xy sine of xy plus cosine of xy plus cosine of xy. So this is your fxy. So just observe what is your fyx. In the previous one, fyx is what? Minus xy sine xy plus cosine of xy. What is fxy is also minus xy sine of xy plus cosine of xy. So you can understand that fxy is equal to fyx in this case also. So finding out the second order partial derivatives like this we have to do, and if it is asked to cross check whether fxy is fyx or not, this is what the way to understand. I hope it is clear. Thank you.